Now, how often is it that you watch a video on here, on YouTube, or any other platform, and you really feel, you really know that whatever is speaking, whoever is speaking, it's from the soul. You perceive, you feel their essence, because you know it comes from a place of genuine sharingness. There's a wonderful connection that takes place when you come together with someone, not out of place of neediness, but because you genuinely want to share in the essence, each other's energy, which is God in manifestation, divinity. And this is really why, the reason people love connecting with each other. And what I'm speaking of is not superficial, everyday, what's the weather type of conversations. I'm talking about deep-seated connections where, again, you share the essence. You're not coming together from a place of lack or neediness, but because you recognize each other as one being, as a reflection of each other, as God in manifestation, which all of us are right now in creation. And there is no separation between yourself and God, unless that, of course, is your self-conception. Concepts, that which I share with you now, but it's beyond the mental interpretations, the mentation of what is being said. When you perceive sound, perceive essence, then you see past the surface of appearance. You really feel yourself as one being with everything. However, right now it's vibrating. Say you're not resonating with someone, what they're saying. Still, whatever is being said, whatever state of consciousness it comes from, the source is ultimately the same. So who am I to judge? Who am I to criticize? All judgment is really self-judgment. That other person is reflecting something that perhaps you should be working on, the inner work, the spiritual work. And I say you, I mean me too. I'm speaking from a place of relatability, from wanting to share that sense of connectivity. And how do we do this practically? When you don't hold back. You give of yourself completely. Right now, what's the most loving thing we can do for anybody? We can be for anybody. To simply give of yourself wholeheartedly. Your time, your energy, your attention. Right now, the presence which enwraps all of us. Genuinely sharing this, not from a place of judgments, where there's no distraction, diversion of attention, where you're simply here now being. You share this presence with each other because, as it says in the Bible, in Matthew, where 2 or 3 come together in my name, there I am in the midst of them. There the presence is. Because when the spiritual spark, the divine energy, within two seemingly separate somebodies comes together as one in unity, as fundamentally one entity. You share in that sense of connectivity, that connection, divine, divinity, with God, harmoniously, joyously, abundantly, because you come from a place of wanting to share your energy, not to extract, to get joy from somebody, because you are the joy. Your joy is on self-start, self with a capital S. It's not on push start. You don't need somebody else to get you up, get you going, to motivate you. You're your own motivation. It comes from within. Your own inspiration, which ultimately comes from God, the light. So you don't need somebody else's light, because you already have so much of it. You just want to share it and express it. This is it. This is the presence. That place of silence where your simple, pure awareness right now, enwrapped in the presence, which is always here now with us. It is not a place of emptiness, silence. There's really wholeness. It's a state, an eternal state of beingness and completeness. And it builds up within you in such abundance that, of course, you appreciate and love your own company, your own energy. You can really feel that divine light circulating within your very being, transcending, because we're multidimensional beings. We're not limited to planet Earth. Think about things from an expanded context. You can do this more so when you don't identify with the mind. When you're detached from its ongoings. You're simply observing. So don't worry about mental chatter. Simply be aware of it. Observe it. As if you're not the mind, why worry about the mind? At the same time, don't let it run you. I say observe it, because from that detachment, you're more able to control it. And as said previously, it's not so much about controlling the mind, but liberating it. Liberating it means being detached from it. And then you're much more able to use it. The mind is thus a wonderful servant. It's not the master. The mind is a wonderful servant, but a dangerous master. You don't want it to control you. You don't want to be run by compulsion and habitual animal primal instinct. You want to transcend this. And how do we do this practically? Abstinence. Because then the sexual energy, the kundalini, builds up within you abundantly. And you're able to share this with everybody. It shares itself through you by simply being. Being in a certain environment, you're purifying it energetically with that intent. Automatically. As a humble servant. And from a state of willingness, there's never any resistance towards being a servant. You're not demeaned by a humble serving position. And, true humility, there's nobody to claim it. It's not an emotion. It's completely different than false modesty that we commonly see in the public arena. Saw something recently, something that Moses wrote in the Bible, saying that he's the most humble person, and therefore he's claiming it, which is ironic. It's funny to me. That's missing the point. But it's kind of like the author of the Tao Te Ching, Lao Tzu. How he says to know the truth. Those who know it, don't say it. But he wrote that. He said it. So it's ironic. It's funny. Because the truth wants to include everybody as a part of itself. Naturally wants to expand and extend beyond any seeming boundary or limitation. Which fundamentally, there is none. There is no separation between us and Source, us and God. Right now, the energy, the light, which is animating everything, the whole cosmos, is within your very own temple, your bodily, physical vessel, and thus respect it. Give thanks for this human form, for this incarnation as a human. Think about how many other things, creatures you could have incarnated as. But you're here now as a human, listening, watching this. Another seemingly different human individual, which really is you, is a reflection of you, your very own self, the one being. And this is why we're called human beings. We're not called human havings or human doings. No other creature is followed with the word being. And hence the title of this channel since the beginning. Practice being. Because it's our inner being that never leaves us. So many things in existence that come and go, the flux. High tide, low tide, the ups and downs, but what is the eternal witness, which is synonymous with our sense of beingness, that exists with transcendence, simultaneous transcendence but within us. And when you're aware of this, there's eternal bliss, because nothing in the world can touch you or faze you. You can't be programmed, intimidated, humiliated. The truly humble are immune to humiliation. They can't be humbled. Because they have nothing to prove. They know thyself. And therefore, when you know yourself, nobody else can get to you. Your personality can't be hurt. And therefore, it's a very strong personality. Because you realize it's not your fundamental identity, and therefore you can use it accordingly. It's like the mind. The personality is a wonderful servant. It's like a puppet. But it'd be a dangerous master, because you don't want to mistake it as your identity, because then it can get hurt, and then you're susceptible to pride and lower level emotions. You want to operate from a place of emotional maturity, and this again is a natural consequence of celibacy. abstinence, of retaining your sexual energy, whatever the label, semen retention, brahmachari. Fundamentally, it's the same truth with different labels, different words to describe that which is already here now, within you. And the spirit essence within this one wishes to express so that whoever watches can share in it, can feel it. Because I know that there's channels on here, quality over quantity, right? There's a handful of channels where, although I've never met the one speaking in person, I still feel a deep sense of connection that I know them. Because I know they're speaking from the soul, as said at the beginning of this video. They're speaking from the heart, the inner man or woman. It's something that has to come out of them. Not because they force themselves to do it, because they personally want to do it. It doesn't come from a place of personal ambition, but a place, again, of genuine connection, wanting to share. Because they realize that everything is an exchange of energy. So I thank you for watching to this point in the video. I hope you derive value. And it's moved something in you to look forward to do. Whatever you do, whatever your role, whatever your purpose in the world. To do it unconditionally, wholeheartedly, to give of yourself completely. Because then nobody can get to you, can tell you something that you don't already know. But at the same time, you're not a know-it-all. Because you have the mentality that, hey, I'm a lifetime student. Every man is my teacher. There's always something to learn. As everything is a reflection of myself. What was I formerly imagining? What am I currently projecting? Am I operating from a place of projecting or from including? Because projecting is a sense of separation, whereas including, again, everything's one being. So you need no completing, because you already are complete. And so you bring that completeness to share your essence in interactions with other persons, with other humans, beings. Therefore, you're blessed, and everyone who you come into contact with gets to share in that presence, this presence, now, which is always with us. God bless. See you in the next. Feel the pulse on these fingers as I'm aware, as I share. It's cool to care. It's not cool to be indifferent or nonchalant. Sometimes that's just how you are, not because you're trying to be that way. It's just how you are in the moment. But in order to groove with it, this thing called life, you gotta be in tune with the feeling, with the feminine. Don't let anyone tell you that it's cool not to care. Because caring's only possible when your heart's open.